All right, let's go. Welcome to the Mad Lab. Let's go. We got a big pay-per-view card. You got your boy Adesanya back after a nice long layoff.
We'll see if he's my boy.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm very concerned.
Yeah. You weren't around for this card last week.
And I'm so happy I wasn't.
Oh, bro. It was brutal, dude.
It was on the way home, and I was going to put it on in my car because I had an hour drive. And then you were chatting me saying I was miserable. I didn't even fucking turn it on.
For me to fall, I was falling asleep. I fell asleep like 3 times.
There was no finishes, right? A couple.
Asleep. There was no
except
finishes.
for Spivak, right?
There was Spivak. There was, but the Barlow fight was like horrendous. Gutierrez didn't go for it. Cosma had a submission, but it was a brutal card. But we got the main event right. That was good. But we didn't have much chalk on that at all, dude. I told everybody in the Discord, like, if you want to completely stay off this card, stay off this card. I don't even mind because we had this card coming up.
Yeah, it was a toss-up card.
We're gonna jump right into this, but before we jump into it, a couple things I want to talk about. First is we got football coming right around the 3 weeks, right?
Dude, I got 7 best balls in already.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
First week of September, right?
I got my drafts coming up soon and everything. So first, before we jump into the stuff on the site, McCarthy.
Poor JJ.
So now this is what they're saying with this. They're saying that he's a diehard Michigan fan. That's the only reason why we're talking about this. We're not Minnesota fans. But now they're saying that they have to decipher whether or not they have to do a scraping, like a
which is quick, couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. Or if they need to do a complete surgery on his meniscus.
He'll be out for the year.
If they do that, you're looking at like possibly 6 months.
Ah, that's terrible.
Because you're on crutches.
He was lighting up fucking preseason in camp. Everybody's talking about him.
Yeah. Then what do you do at that point? Like, if it is a full repair, depending on what kind
you start Sam Darnold and he sits for the year.
Like, do you rush him back?
No. What's going to be the franchise quarterback?
I don't think. You think he'll be out for the year?
A full knee?
No, not full knee, full meniscus.
No, I don't know, dude.
Repair. I'm saying if it is
Dr. McKenzie. Maybe
I'm saying
she knows.
if it is a full meniscus, I'm saying he's on crutches for 4 weeks, and then he's going to probably maybe half the season. I don't know.
That sucks.
It's going to be weird. So it'll depend on their momentum.
Yeah, if they're making a playoff run, if Darnold's playing good, they're going to keep him in.
Yeah, that'll depend on that. So anyway, back to this. What we're doing with the site, we got football coming up. We have a football product that we launched last year, but it was a little half-assed. Let's be honest. It was a little half-assed the way we launched it. Now we're like really, really up in the game with it. We have a tool that I produced called the Value Bully. That's not a white label.
The Weight Bully, isn't it?
The Weight Bully.
The Weight Bully
kind of interacts with the whole MMA community type lingo, but it is a value tool that's not white labeled. We actually created it in-house. It kind of coincides with the MMA thing that we have.
The DFS.
And what it is, it's just a value tool where you guys can really, like, I'll be loading it up every week. You guys will be able to switch, match, print out, use it in conjunction with your optimizer. It's not an optimizer, so it doesn't load directly into your optimizer. But what you could do is you could utilize that as a tool to find real good value pieces. And the thing will kind of shuffle it around and show you what the best value pieces for the week are. If you're a hand builder, it's a dead-on you need tool. If you're a hand builder, we're going to have a couple new guys that are coming on. We're trimming the fat as far as the consolidation of the team with NFL. We want to everyone focus on a certain point. So it's going to be a really good product. And the greatest part about this is with your MMA subscription, you're getting this for free. So until football starts, if you're a member and you're signing up before football, you're getting MMA and you're getting NFL completely free. I mean,
let's go.
It's a no-brainer. That's wagers, that's DFS, that's the Discord, that's everything. It's soup to nuts. You get everything for one price. You get it right under the MMA roof. So it's something that you guys definitely should check out. It's like I said, it's just a different approach to DFS where all these companies are white labeling products and giving you the same obvious plays. We're diving deeper and we're giving you that meat inside the sandwich. So that's about that. All right, so let's jump into this card. What do you rate this card from 1 to 10? As far as just the main card, as far as what you see in the eyes.
It's good. It could be better. For a pay-per-view card,
I'm going to say 6.5.
Yeah, I was going to say 6. I mean, You got the Leech on the main card, Tai Tuivasa, Rosenstrike. I don't know. It's okay. It's good card.
Yeah,
good card.
good
but
card.
not like the Sphere card or
No.
what's coming up, you know?
We got a lot of good cards coming up, dude.
Yeah.
We got Jared Cannonier, Bohalio. That's a good fight.
It's a great
You
fight.
got Gilbert Burns and Brady.
Great fight.
Then you have O'Malley, Marab.
Yep.
Moicano, St. Dennis.
That's a good fight, too.
Il Taporia and Max Holloway.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not.
Rest of the year is going to be
rest of the year is
tremendous.
going to be tremendous, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I got the same thing as you. I'm saying like between 6 and 6.5. But let's jump into this because I want to spend a little more time on the main event than anything. So, what are your thoughts now?
I'm not going to lie. I'm very concerned.
Okay,
I'm very concerned with...
you got to lay out reasons.
I'm going to. I'm very concerned with watching what's happened to former champions over the past year. You know, you got Usman, right? He lost that fight against Edwards, and then we're like, he's going to come back and destroy him. He looked like shit. Then you got Leon Edwards. You know, he beat Usman that second time. It was a horrible fight. He looked like shit against Colby. Loses to Bilal Muhammad. You got, it happened with another fight. Volkanovski. Volkanovski comes off a loss against Makhachev.
He came back too soon.
Goes and fights Topuria, gets head kick, knocked out. All these champions coming off of losses, they just don't seem like they're their old self, right? I know Izzy's a different breed, a different animal, right? But when I think about him, he fought Pereira, right? Lost that first fight. He was winning that fight.
Mm-hmm.
He was winning the fight. The second fight when he won, he didn't look that good in the first round. I didn't think he won the first round. Pereira was chipping his calf, and then he caught him with the knockout. Great. Looks like shit against Strickland. So in my mind, he didn't look good 2 straight fights. In the win against Pereira and in the loss to Strickland. And we haven't seen him since. And there's this trend of these champions coming off a loss and not rebounding to their former selves. That's my concern. Am I picking against them? No.
No, but don't do it. You got to pick. If you believe he's going to win, you got to pick him.
I do believe he's going to win.
No, Dricus, I'm saying.
I don't believe Dricus is going to win. No.
Okay.
I'm not picking Dricus to win. I am picking Adesanya to win. But, you know, I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned. You know, Dricus is also a forward fighter too, you know, and that's what Strickland did to Adesanya. You know, he walked him down. Adesanya had no answer. You know, I think Dricus lost to Strickland. I thought Strickland won that fight. I don't even think Dricus should be the fucking champion right now. But he did knock out Robert Whittaker. All right, and he is a real fucking fighter, bro. He's good. He shouldn't be only plus 110 or whatever it is. The line's too close, I think, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm concerned.
No, he's not plus money anymore. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So remember last night
Dricus flipped?
Yeah, remember,
Yeah.
not flipped totally, but remember last night when I told you I'm not touching it yet?
Yeah, it moved again.
So it moved. He's in minus territory now. So now it's like minus 116 and minus 102.
That fucking
So it's going to
worries me
keep
too.
moving. It's going to keep moving.
That worries me too.
Well, the lines, Vegas lines don't worry me anymore because there's so many casual fans out there that jump on boats.
I think Izzy's talking how I never wanted to kill a man so much in my life. I think he's going to fight cautious. I don't think
Who?
Izzy.
I think
he's
well,
gonna
you have
fight,
to.
I think he's going to fight cautious, and I'm going to say Adesanya by a 3-2 decision. That's my pick. I don't think he's going to knock him out. I think he's going to be a little scared.
All right. I'm going to.
I think he wants to win so bad that he's going to fight cautious.
I'm going to backpedal on some of your things. What you said about Dricus. You know, first you're talking about Strickland beating Izzy because he looked crapped against Strickland. I agree, he looked terrible. I do think that fight was a product of him taking him very lightly. Possibly. And I do also think it was a product of him being burnt out. He was a really active fighter for a long time.
He fought a lot.
Dana White used to come on the
months.
podium all the time and be like, dude, this guy is so active. He just takes fights. And I think there was a little bit of burnout there. I think he was riding a huge high, getting that monkey off his back, Pereira.
With Alex, yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a huge high, and then all of a sudden you come crashing down to a huge low. And you just don't fight the same. You feel like you're unstoppable at that point when you beat a guy like Pereira, who nobody has been able to solve that riddle since. Now, people making that argument for this, saying, well, tell him to go up to light heavyweight and fight Pereira. No, you don't go up to light heavyweight. He's not a light heavyweight. Pereira was all of a sudden now Pereira's a light heavyweight. Everyone's saying like he's a light heavyweight. No, Pereira was a middleweight his entire career. He beat him at the weight that he's fought his entire career. So
even in kickboxing.
You can't discredit that win from Izzy. No, not you. I'm saying people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people.
And he knocked him out.
Yeah. The time we saw him go to light heavy. When he went to light heavy, that's when he lost to Jan. Now, that's what worries me a little bit. If you look at Jan and you look at Dricus, they kind of have the same body style. Yeah, and that's where Jan was able to kind of take control of him. He was able to like drag down a little bit, bully ball him a little bit in there. And Dricus has that like powerlifting, bodybuilder, athletic frame.
He does.
He's strong. He's bullish. But when you look at, listen, I'm one of prove it to me all the time. And when you look at their records and you look at their resume
and who he's fought,
and you look at who they fought, and you look at Izzy, we're going to go back to Izzy in his debut, back all the way to his debut. All right, so Tavares was the final. Derek Brunson. Now, this is Derek Brunson on 2018. This isn't 2024 Derek Brunson. Anderson Silva. We're not going to take too much heat in that. Kelvin Gastelum. Knocked out Robert Whitaker. Beat Yoel Romero. Beat Paulo Costa. Lost when he went to light heavyweight. Beat Marvin Vettori. Beat Robert Whitaker again. Beat Jared Cannonier when everybody thought that he was going to lose that fight. Lost to Alex. Beat Alex. And then look at that resume, bro.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, it's an insane resume that people just don't give.
It's an all-time great resume.
Well, for this era, yeah. And then when you look at Dricus, this is what confuses me about like why people are standing so tall. I think
the Whitaker win holds a lot of value. That's why.
Okay, so you got him, Marcus Perez, not in the UFC. Trevin Giles, no. Brad Tavares, 2022. He's really not. He's a guy that he's good, but you beat him. It's not like, oh my God, I beat Brad Tavares.
Yeah.
Darren Till,
Washed
not in
up.
the UFC. Derek Brunson, washed up, not in the UFC. Robert Whitaker,
that's the big
great win. Great win. Sean Strickland, a fight he really shouldn't have won. So he really beat one legit guy. Like, if you really look at it, if you look at it, all these guys, I'm not saying aren't legit, but he really beat like one top tier elite guy in Robert Whitaker. And believe it or not, Robert Whitaker for a while was teetering back and forth. Like, you didn't know, it's really like real recent that he's really starting to look good again. You know what I mean? So it's like, how much value do you put in that? And then
I haven't liked Dricus since he got into the UFC, but he is tough.
He's very tough. But here's the thing: people are also discounting Izzy. He's got a 80% takedown defense. This guy's got a good takedown defense. He put on some size. So my concern with Izzy is this: a guy like him coming off of a layoff. I believe the layoff is good for him because I do believe he left because of burnout. I really do believe that. But he's carrying a little bit more size. Is his timing going to be there? Is he going to be cautious because this is this could be like. People start saying, well, that's it for Izzy. Like, there's a lot on the line for him here to get his belt back, but he could be the first three-time middleweight champion. But if his timing is there and his takedown defense is there, and you take these guys, you take Izzy at 100% healthy and you take Dricus at 100% healthy, both having their night, Izzy beats him 8 out of 10 times. Like, if he's dialed in and they're both at 100%, Izzy beats him 8 out of 10 times. I honestly believe that. But I think Dricus has a style and he's smart. And if you watched him with Whitaker, and he went southpaw in that fight, which was odd. He doesn't do that. And he did it with great, success. So he's smart, and I like Dricus. I'm not saying I don't like him. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's good for the UFC. But I think you're going to start seeing a little bit of like his goofiness when the fight gets later, when Izzy starts stabbing him with things that he's not going to know where they're coming from.
I hate this prick. I hope he loses.
I think the whole trick to beating Dricus is you got to get in your rhythm. You can't allow him to smother you. You can't allow him to charge a pocket and take control of the fight. You need to stab him early, stab him. Look what Strickland did to his face.
Yeah. Busted him up.
Like, look what Strickland did to his face. And Strickland does not have the precision, does not have the speed.
Not at all.
Of Izzy. If Izzy stays on the outside and just boom, 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 and peppers him, he can really start cutting this guy up.
I think you're going to see in the first round what Izzy comes at.
Second round. Well, no, first round too. Yeah, first round. You're going to see if he's like running, or you're going to see like if he gets taken down in the first round and gets controlled, it's going to be an issue. So you got to see how. I got to go Izzy though, man. This is a guy that Dricus hasn't proved enough to me yet. So, and another thing is the wagering, guys. I'm going to let you guys know this. I know he's the champion, and I know he's sitting. Well, now he's sitting at like, even when he was plus 110. Where is the value on a guy who only beat Robert Whitaker at plus 110 against Izzy? Yeah, where's the value?
That's crazy.
There is no value there. All the value is on Izzy.
Vegas obviously thinks.
Win or lose. The value's on Izzy. So I got to go Izzy here. I wouldn't be like completely stone cold shocked if Dricus won this fight, but if you're giving me Izzy and you're giving me at almost even money, I got to take it.
All day.
Like, I got to take it all day. So I'm going to go Izzy, but I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to go Izzy stops him with by the 4th and 5th round.
I hope he does. I really do.
I'm going to say that he gets it done.
All right, next fight in the card. Kai Kara France, who's been, like, gone for a year. I know he got injured. Steve Erceg. Man, when Erceg fought Pantoja, before he fought Pantoja, me and Mike were like, why the fuck is this guy getting a title shot? Now, we know that there's not a lot of guys in the division right now, so they fast-tracked Erceg. They thought highly of him. And, dude, he came to fucking fight.
Yeah.
He fought Pantoja in a good fight, man. He really showed his hands. His stand-up game totally changed my whole perspective on him, because I think Pantoja's an excellent fucking fighter. Kai Kara is good, but after I saw the best of Steve Erceg, I like Erceg in this fight. I like him to knock out Kai Kara France.
Yeah, I think this is we'll keep this doesn't be long. I think it's just Kai Kara France. I think he's the more technical fighter. I think he's the better striker, but I think Erceg's got that dog string in him that Kai Kara France don't have.
Erceg's a fucking dork.
Like, I've seen...
It's the way that, all those fucking embeddeds, the way he was dressing. Bro, what a fucking dork.
He really is.
But the kid can fight.
He can fight. And KKF breaks.
Yeah.
Like, you can break him. You could... And I'll be honest with you, I just said that KKF is the better striker. He's probably the better all-around striker, but I think Steve Erceg's got clear better, like, striking as far as boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, he's clean.
And he hits with pop.
Yeah, no, he
where
fights
KKF
clean.
is just touching you. Every one of his punches counts and matters. So yeah, I'm going with you. I got to go Steve Erceg by knockout.
By knockout?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, next fight on the card. We got Mateusz Gamrot and Dan Hooker. I never thought Hooker was a really good fighter. I thought he was a good fighter, but not a really good fighter.
Yeah, mediocre. With a sick durability.
And he has those knees.
And he's got good knees.
The only way he wins this fight is if he catches Gamrot on a shot with a knee. I see Gamrot.
Well, unless Gamrot, like, listen, what's that fight that we picked? We picked that fight. We were like the only people that picked him. And the reason why we picked him, we said because he's going to end up gassing him out and he's going to win the fight. And it was when he. Was it Jalen Turner? It was Jalen Turner. Everybody was on Jalen Turner. We were on Dan Hooker.
Yep.
And that was basically what happened. He gassed him out.
Yeah. And those are two strikers, though. You know, what's Gamrot's going to be just not... Gamrot's like a Marab. He's going to be just going takedown after takedown.
He's going to just keep shooting.
You know? I think this might be a boring fight. I think it might be takedown after takedown, a lot of control time, and Gamrot wins an easy decision.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Gamrot 30-27.
Yeah, 30-27.
Yeah, I don't got much to say there.
All right, next fight on the card, big heavyweight, Tai Tuivasa, Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I hate this guy. I don't know why. I don't like him.
You hate Biggie Boy.
I don't like him, dude. I know he was a kickboxing champion. I know the guy could hit like a truck. I just don't fucking like him, dude. I love Tui. He's on a 4-fight losing streak. He breaks the streak and comes back and wins, and he knocks out Rozenstruik.
You're on Tui?
I'm on Tui.
I'm on the other.
He breaks the losing streak.
I'm the other way.
I know you're the other way.
How do you know?
Because I already know. I know where you're going with this.
I just go, these are two guys. No one's taking nobody down in this fight.
No.
And you got a guy who is an extremely polished kickboxer who's fast,
For a guy
sharp.
that big, he gets his feet up pretty high.
Who?
Rozenstruik.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's a polished guy, and then you got Tuivasa, who's just a chaos machine.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I know you like, and listen. I'm not saying he's not.
That's
athletic.
how he wins the fight.
I'm not saying
he's not going to win a technical fight.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's but
sloppy.
But you got to look at what happened when Rozenstruik fought Gaziev. Why was he so productive, and why was he so successful? Because he dictated the term of that fight. I'm slowing this fight down. Like the first round when he got taken down, we're like, dude, this is it. But then he started dictating the terms. Every time you came in, he would stab you once. He doesn't throw like punches and bunches. He throws stabs here, stabs there, stabs here, stabs there.
He's got real power.
And he's got real power, so you got to be cautious. We're tied to Tuivasa. He's going to be charging in. He's going to be trying to fucking do all this crazy shit. He's got great leg kicks. You know, he's fast but then he's going to start slowing down. And we saw Rozenstruik in his last fight 5 rounds.
Yep.
So you know he's got the gas tank. You know Tuivasa's going to come out. Maybe he comes out a little more cautious. You know, maybe he comes out a little bit more cautious just for the mere fact that he knows it's a 4-fight losing streak.
He's got to make it a fucking brawl, dude.
But it's in Perth. He's going to try to put on a show. And I think Rozenstruik's just going to end up, picking him apart.
I think it's a knockout one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm going to say Rozenstruik knockout third round.
Tai Tuivasa knockout second round.
Yeah.
Let's go. Last fight on the main card. The Leech against Carlos Prates. I like Carlos Prates because he smokes cigarettes after the fight.
He's Mayorga. But he really looks like him,
He's
too.
the Ricardo Mayorga of the UFC. Yeah. But I like him. He looks good. He won all 3 fights since he debuted in the UFC. You know, the Leech is a good, tough test for a guy like this. If they want to, you know, he's like a gatekeeper at this point. But the Leech is tough, bro.
Yeah,
he's tough. He's upset a lot of people in the past that were supposed to get past him, that stepping stone. But I like this kid Prates. I think he beats the Leech. I don't think he knocks him out, though. Leech is tough. I say he goes the distance and he wins. Yeah,
the Leech is a guy that I don't think the UFC will ever cut until he leaves just because he's so good for the Asian market.
Yeah, that's
They love him, dude. Yeah, they love him. And he's on a rotating door right now. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. But when you look at him, actually, believe it or not, he's like a good offensive wrestler.
Bro, he beat Ponzinibbio and Salikov. Those are tough fights.
Look at his resume. Look how bizarre it is. I'm saying, like, he beats one guy and then he loses to Magny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so weird. He loses these. But look at the level of opposition. Like, he'll beat Ponzinibbio and then he'll lose to Magny.
He's 36 now.
Yeah, he's just so inconsistent. You know, he's so inconsistent.
Lost to D-Rod, beat Salikov, lost to Shamat, beat Ponzinibbio, lost to Magny, beat Zaleski dos Santos, beat Zawada.
It's just
lost to Jake Matthews.
I mean,
it's pretty tough fucking opposition.
No, it is.
Dude.
But look, he loses to Jake Matthews, but he beats all these other guys. He loses to Magny, but he beats all these other guys.
Yeah, knocks out Ponzinibbio no less.
So he's an inconsistent guy, but when he's on, he's on. You know, the thing with him is he's got an iron chin. He's got that big head. You're not knocking him out.
Tough to finish, man.
And my only concern with this fight is, like, if Prates starts to try to put it on him and he starts gassing out, like, the Leech can start dogging this out at the end.
Leech hasn't fought in almost 2 years.
But he hasn't fought in almost 2 years.
2 years.
That's another thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know. There's something about Prates that I like. I like his striking. I like how composed he is.
I like his swagger.
I like his swagger.
Yeah.
I like the way, how confident he is. He does put his chin out, though, a little high. And the Leech has power. But I want to say Prates is going to be the first guy to knock him out.
I would love that.
Like, I want to say he's going to catch him. Like he's going to back him up on the cage, catch him with some kind of knee. You know what? Screw it. I'll go out on the limb. I'm going to say Prates is going to be the first guy to knock out the Leech.
All right. You heard it right here.
Yeah. So, and that's it. What's your fight to watch? And then we'll
I think the fight, it's the main event.
Yeah,
that's the main event's by far the best fight on the whole card.
I'll give you my sneaky fight to watch.
Which one?
Kulabau and Ramos.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a sneaky fight.
That's a sneaky fight because both, Ramos has got those, crazy spinning attacks and stuff, and Kulabau straight in your face. Like, I could see that being a dirty, like, fight.
I call it right now. Herbert Burns fucking gets knocked out in this fight.
I don't even know what he's doing.
End of the first, beginning of the second.
What is he doing?
I don't know why he's still in the UFC.
He's 36. Well, you know what would be great to see Jenkins take his legs.
What was the last fight he fought?
Julio Arce. He got knocked out by Arce. Got knocked out by Aljo. Got knocked out by Pineda.
Why is this guy even in it? And remember how he gassed out against Arce at the end of the first round? It's like he didn't even fucking train.
Can you imagine he beats Jenkins?
No way.
Jenkins is good, bro. Jenkins got nasty leg kicks. He's good.
He's fighting at home.
It's going to be a good card. It's going to be a fun card. Really, really fun card.
But like I said, we got a block party going on, taco truck. Watch the fights.
Yeah, so we got that going on. And then, guys, don't forget, the MadLabMMA.com. You get full breakdowns, right? DFS, everything
Football's all coming.
Football's all coming. We're going to be posting stuff about it all week on Twitter and our page and stuff. So
I am back for Mackenzie's Lock Pick of the Week. Thanks for having me back. I had a tailbone injury the past week. But I'm back. I am sitting on a little donut, so we're good to go for this little segment. Steve Erceg impressed us all with his performance against Pantoja. Nerdy and awkward guy from Australia, has some good weapons at his disposal and a damn good chin. He takes on KKF, who's an extremely clean striker, but it doesn't seem like he has enough sting in his attacks to really fend off a guy like Erceg. Erceg should be able to impose his will on him with a long sniping jab, tight boxing, and good power. And if it hits the ground, we know who has the advantage here. I think Erceg is a bit undersold here, so give me Erceg at -160 to get this thing done. Boom.
So we'll send out emails. If you want to get on the email list and be updated on all that stuff, go to the MadLabMMA.com, sign up for the email list, and we'll send you stuff every week, every 2 weeks.
Looking for a sweep Saturday night.
Yeah.
Let's go. Right. See you next week.